But we're going to keep on with Mike Johnson here, okay? We're going to keep on with Mike Johnson talking about how he's going to release January 6th footage. January 6th footage of people breaking into our Capitol. People going into our Capitol without us letting them, through windows that were previously closed, that did not open, that were now gone because they've been destroyed by the people who were in the Capitol. House Speaker Mike Johnson intends to blur faces in the Capitol attack footage before publicly released to protect rioters from potential prosecution by the Justice Department. You're going after Joe Biden, and you're saying that you know he's not done anything wrong to your knowledge, but you're going to go after him. But there are people who literally did something wrong that you're going to protect because they vote for you, because they vote for your party, because they vote red. How does that make any sense? I mean, can you help me out here? Again, this is my problem with Republicans. Do you understand that they have some good ideas that I agree with? I really do agree. And there are certain times where I want to vote for them, but then things like this happen and I go, I can't vote for that. I can't vote for people denying that we had an attack on the Capitol. I can't vote for people who deny that the election was actually won by Joe Biden because an orange man said that it was stolen from him, but has produced no evidence. And when he goes to court, he loses every single court case besides one that allows his people to come closer to look. That, just so you know, that's the one court case he won, was the court case saying, hey, I want my people to come closer because I think that they need to be able to see what's going on. The court said, you know what? That's not unreasonable. But every single thing else that he claimed, the court looked at it, said, can you provide me evidence? He said, no, I can't provide you evidence. And they lost. So you have people who went into the Capitol who are now being protected by the Speaker of the House. Johnson emphasized a methodical process to release the footage without exposing participants to retaliation or legal consequences. The move aims to prevent identification and subsequent charges against the rioters, which could impede ongoing investigations. Special Counsel Jack Smith plans to use Trump's continued support of January 6 rioters against him in trial proceedings. That's what we've boiled down to. Is just we're so partisan. Like there is no more. And I mean, Democrats aren't better, because when McCarthy was being kicked out of his speakership, what should have happened was the Democrats should have voted to keep him in. No conditions. Because unless the Democrats are saying that they see a reason why he shouldn't be in there, I understand they wanted Hakeem Jeffries to be there, but obviously that's not going to happen. So unless you find a reason why he did something wrong, you should not be voting against him. You have to say, hey, you're the Speaker of the House. This is what you did wrong that we think shouldn't allow you to be Speaker anymore. And unless you can do that, you voting against the Speaker of the House is wrong no matter what. I don't care that he's not in your party and that you didn't vote for him in the first place. It's about voting. You're not voting him in at this point. You're voting him out. That is a different criteria, and you should not be doing that. But what the Republicans also should not be doing is protecting criminals who broke into our Capitol. So yes, they're both wrong. You see how they're both wrong for that? But you see how one is just, you're just disgusting, and the other one is, what the fuck are you doing? Johnson previously announced plans to release 44,000 hours of video footage from Capitol Hill security taken in January 6, 2021 to the public without mentioning the blurring of the faces. So there's a lot of tape out there that apparently Republicans want us to see And I'm interested in seeing it, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have it all released. Like, I'd like to have all of the videotape just released. Like, not hold any of it back. Like, every single videotape that they have should be on a public database somewhere where we can have our investigators and our journalists go through the whole thing and pull everything they want to see. We can get the side from Republicans saying, oh, look, it wasn't this bad. We can side from Democrats saying, oh, look how bad it is. And we can let the people decide based upon all the evidence. What's important and what sucks is that our media, of course, is also partisan. And if you're watching certain media, you're going to get one side. If you're watching other media, you're going to get a different side of it. That's kind of messed up that we live in that type of country, but I mean, that's just how it is. However, if you had it in a public database, you have a lot of investigative journalists that will go out there and scour through and find everything and talk about everything, and we'll get a complete picture. But only showing the parts that you deem are important, both parties doing this, because, you know, there are scenes where you did have some police officers escorting people through. But of course, you know, one side doesn't want you to see that. And when they do talk about it, they try to do their own spin.